Hives there on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais. Steve Merchant.
He's with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sentences and all that.
Just using the traditional English language.
But you put me off, you pointed to yourself and I just said Steve Merchant.
But you know what we do that every week. You introduce me.
Yeah.
You say with me and I go Steve Merchant.
No, yeah.
So no, it's a catchphase that everyone's waiting to hear it.
No, but usually I go Ricky Gervais and you go with Steve Merchant, but this time you pointed to you, so I said it. But I didn't say it, it caught me off guard, so I didn't use the sentence.
Oh, I don't like the way you sit, right? I've read medically that if you're slouching like that, can you try and describe how you're sat? But you've got the kind of have you ever seen that picture of when John Lennon was off his head on Smack recording Let It Be, and he was lying on the floor at Abbey Road? That's basically what Ricky looks like now.
Chest pains, I'm scared.
It's not good for you, that. Look at you can't breathe properly in the diaphragm, so you're gonna speak badly. Hey, listen, I was trying to speak medical stuff there. I was trying to run into trouble. Anyway, Rick, what are the words to Wham Rap? No, what are the words to... I don't remember Wham Rap.
What the hell's got into you? Hey, sucker. No, there's nothing you can do.
Brilliant. I look forward to a forthcoming revival of your music career.
Yeah.
Rick, I had some devastating news last night.
Go on.
You know when I left you, I was off to buy a PlayStation 2?
Yeah.
I was totally in the mood for
or it. Or a PS2, as he said.
Yeah. Which confused him, Grandad. Anyway, so, I think I went in, some electrical stop on, Oxford Street.
Yeah.
And,
the thing I'll just say, the thing about Steve is, I wouldn't say he's mean. He hates that. He's careful, right? And he will spend days to get £1 off.
Rick, 2.5 hours I walked around last night. I swear to God, I was walking to different shops, right? I went from Oxford Street to Piccadilly Circus, back again, along the length of Oxford Street, back again, all over the place, right? I realised I basically couldn't get a better deal than about 240 quid, right? For a console and a game. Right. So I ended up in Virgin Megastore, I bought a, Auto Grand Theft 3 or whatever, and a PlayStation and a memory card or whatever. So I shoot off, and I'm walking off, and I'm going to the Tube, and I walk all the way to HMV, on, opposite Bond Street. Sure. And I just popped in there because I'd forgotten to get something. And I went downstairs, and I was walking past the, PlayStations, and it went, if you buy a PlayStation 2, you can get Grand Theft Auto 3 with £20 off.
Oh.
I was absolutely devastated.
What did you do?
I crumbled. I didn't know what to do. I was thinking of taking it back to Virgin Megastore, going, it's faulty. But like before, you haven't even got it home yet. Oh, I can tell.
No, I didn't mean to buy this, though. What did you buy? Keyboard.
Exactly. So the problem is, when I get it back and I wire it up and that, all I can see is the cars are racing around the track. All I'm thinking is, it's like one of those cartoons when a really hungry bloke could just see his mate as like a big chicken. All I could see on the TV was just a big £20 note just floating. It was an absolute night. I'm just devastated by it. 20 quid, I could have bought like another cheap game for that.
We went to did I tell you this?
Rick, would you give me £20 and then I'll shut up about it?
Yeah, we went to the casino once, a group of us, and I lost about 100 quid, and it was a, great, it was someone's birthday, I think it was Jane's birthday, and Steve, after 3 hours of gambling, had lost the £20 he got out to play with, right? I was going, you're really gutted, aren't you? He just went, have you any idea how much cheese I could get for £20?
Yeah. Cold meats.
Yeah.
For £20, and there it is again last night. £20. I'm robbed of £20. Literally, they've taken it from my hand.
Yeah.
The HMV people.
They've
taken that and they've...
I'm going to try and think of some things to cheer you up. Should we play some songs? Avalanche is there. Frontier Psychiatrist.
I never enjoy any record where I think I or a 4-year-old could have made it. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's cheating. It's musical cheating.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. I won't play that again then. Alright?
Okay.
That's done.
Yeah.
Alright?
Nice. Shake on it.
Yeah.
Lovely.
XFM 104.9.
Kiss on it.
Kiss on it. Touch on it.
Carl came in this morning and he said he was soaking wet because obviously it's miserable out. And actually, if you're thinking of leaving the house today and thus missing the show, do not leave because it's miserable out.
It's like a weather report as well. We play music, we've got chat, we have little jokes, don't we?
But Carl came
and it's raining.
He said he was soaking wet.
Yeah.
I said to him, Rick would want you to do it. I want you to do it.
Yeah.
Just take your clothes off. Pop them over there.
But do you know what?
And he wouldn't. And he said I was going to do it, but I knew you'd say that.
But when you left us in the kitchen when he was making coffee, he went, yeah, Steve said if you're wet, take your trousers off. And I thought, hold on, Ricky's not here. What's he up to? Little thoughts.
No, I was talking on behalf of Rick. I phoned him up. I said, he's wet. What shall I suggest?
Well, I said, I was in his ear. He had an earpiece and I was going, tell him it's bad for him.
Yeah.
And I could hear him go, it's bad for you. And you go, well, no, I go, no, tell him it could...
Rheumatism.
Yeah.
It could lead to rheumatism. Take them off. Carl, speak. No one's heard your voice today. Come on, Carl.
He doesn't want to.
No, I know he doesn't. We won't talk to you much.
All
but
right.
Go on.
it's just nice to say hello to you.
Yeah.
Right.
I think people quite like
They tune
to
in.
know
They like
you're
to hear
here.
you.
Yeah.
We've had some fan mail.
I like his little face, his little Moby. I drew a picture of him in the week, just doodling, and he got really insulted.
Did he?
Why did you get insulted?
So it wasn't very good. I looked like Ian Camfield, like.
Oh, what's an insult?
Yeah.
Ladies love Canfield.
Yeah.
I mean, they're weird kind of heavy metal ladies. But
Yeah. The ones that drink blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they love Canfield. I thought of you look like today, but I think you might find it insulting as well. It's just meant to be affectionate. You, for people who don't know what you look like Beaker at the Muppets.
I can't see how that would be an insult.
Oh God! We don't need to put it like that. It is, but it's sort of like I like Beaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you like him because he's a fool. He just goes, what does he say? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you look a bit like that doctor that used to accompany him everywhere. That professor.
Oh yeah, the little fat
little
bloke.
one,
yeah, that's nice.
Carl, what was it that you told me as well when you came in? Just Carl's thought for the day.
Okay.
Carl, what did you tell me when you came in? Because it was miserable out, and you
So
made a suggestion.
it is a grim day in London.
I like it already.
Brilliant.
I was thinking, could you imagine dying today?
Go on, explain more though.
Just because when you're dying,
Yeah.
you're always like in your bedroom, in your bed, and your
Always.
and your family's next door.
Always, yeah.
And I just thought, can you imagine lying there, looking out your window, because they do that as well. They sort of have the curtains open to get a bit of light on your face. And I just thought, what a day! If this was like your last day, could you imagine?
But then go on, you made
XFM,
another.
104.9.
No, you made another even more profound point. You said if instead of dying on a rainy day, you'd prefer to.
No, if you died on a bit of a nicer sunny day, then it's not so bad. What I'm saying, no, it's your last day looking out on the world,
Yeah.
and look at it. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
I thought that was a beautiful point. It was poetic almost.
It was, wasn't it?
Because the point was that what upset me was that you said you'd been thinking about that today on the way in, and it upset you. But my point was that if you think about the people that are dying any day, it'll upset you.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah, but you don't think about it when it's sunny, because you think, well, they'll be all right today. They won't be that annoyed.
You're absolutely right.
Annoyed!
But today,
Think of that. Oh, no! Oh, I'm dying today. Oh,
it was just when I got up and opened the curtains, and I thought, look at it.
I'm glad I'm not dying today.
yeah.
Carl, play a song.
You're interesting. Mole Historical Society, watching Xanadu on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais.
With me, Steve Merchant.
See, it doesn't work if you say with me, Steve
No,
Merchant.
it doesn't work.
I've got to say I've either got to say with me, or you just go with Steve Merchant.
Sure.
See what I mean?
Okay.
It's not as easy, is it?
No, it's not.
No.
It's not as easy as it seems.
You know this, right? I mean,
What?
the radio show.
Oh, yeah,
We do, right? Well, we just come in and we don't plan them, we just sort of like chat. And they still pay us, it seems good well. Should we just do this all day?
What, all day on XFM
Or just get a license where it's Ricky and Steve FM, and we just chat and we go, what are you doing there, Steve? Just having breakfast. You go, oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what are you doing there, Steve? I'll just clean the windows and that. And we have a little chat, and we go, oh, just reading the paper. And we just talk and we play records.
For 24 hours a day?
Yeah.
I mean, have you spotted any flaws in that plan, or?
It would be boring after about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, this is boring now.
No,
And we've only done 20 minutes.
No, it's just we were talking about Carl having a thought, remember?
Yes.
And then I had that thought when I went out to get some orange juice, and I had that thought. So maybe this show can be about let's have thoughts.
Okay.
So we have thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay, or they could, if we haven't got any, they could phone in with some.
Okay. Or email a thought, maybe, if you've got a thought. Just email that in.
Just thought we could talk about it.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. Could be a thought about anything.
Hey, can we go on?
Can we not make those thoughts racist or homophobic, though, please?
Yeah. Or, not downers.
No, nothing that's going to bring us down, you know?
Yeah.
Upbeat stuff.
Yeah. Go on, Carl, you were
Do
gonna...
you know when you said 24 hours then?
Yeah.
Do you know how much it takes to run one of the escalators on the underground for 20 hours a day? How much it costs a year to do that?
To run it how long? 20 hours a day?
Yeah, that's what it runs.
Is this another of your facts?
Mm-hmm.
These are always substantiated by an independent source, aren't they? They're not just something you overheard on a bus. Am I just to check? This is
I read
fact.
it. I read it.
Did you read it on a wall in a sandwich shop?
Sometimes I wish this was on telly, because when Steve said this, you have these substantiated by an independent arbitrator, Carl just looked at him.
Yeah.
Like he'd just spoken French. It just looked like that.
Okay, so anyway, this information you've got from a reliable source, you read it on the back of a fag packet or something?
No, I think it was in the Metro magazine in the week.
Lovely. Okay.
Yeah,
So
okay.
and let's just hear it again. How much does it cost?
Yeah, there's loads of escalators, isn't there, on the underground?
Yes.
And they run for 20 hours a day.
Yes. Don't tell us how. Tell you what, Carl, that's such a fascinating fact. Don't tell us. Let's play a record, Rick.
Okay.
And then people can stay tuned if they want to hear
This
how much
is
it
like
costs.
this is like some sort of mental home radio,
Yeah.
isn't it? I mean, we are. I mean, we're not mentally ill. We haven't, we haven't got only head trauma. We're educated people, but we come out with just rubbish,
Gobbledygook.
just nonsense. It's like I can't grasp it. I don't know why he started saying. I've no idea what that thought was.
You just said 24 hours about doing radio for 24 hours. So I thought, oh, 20 hours.
Oh God!
So we're now examining the thought processes that we all have before we get to something. Let's just hear a song.
Okay, right. It's 1:30, and that film sounds good. Ooh, that film sounds good.
Feature.
This is where I choose a song from a film that film sounds good. See, this is a film that me and Steve both love, and he saw it first and got me onto it and said I'd love it, and I did. The album is a superb album. It's seminal. It's just has some great songs on there. I feel like playing another one, maybe Song for the Lovers.
Maybe do it later. Yeah.
Maybe I could do that. Yeah, it's beautiful.
I have to say I've seen the follow-up to Rushmore. If you enjoy Rushmore, it's this new film, The Royal Tenenbaums, with amazing cast. Ben Stiller's in it, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Gene Hackman in his Golden Globe-winning performance.
Oh, yeah.
Same sort of thing as Rushmore, same kind of style, but lovely sort of kind of family comedy. Absolute dynamite, and again a brilliant soundtrack. Nico is on there, Nick Drake, all kinds of treats. Forthcoming in the cinemas, Rick.
You say the follow-up? Is it the
It's
same
not a
director?
sequel. It's the same director, same writer,
Right.
some of the same cast. Bill Murray makes another appearance.
Isn't
Same
this-
style.
Haven't the Swingers lot done another one?
They have their new films Made with the same
Right.
Jon Favreau and Vince Vaughn. Again, dynamite, really good fun. Not as kind of perceptive as Swingers, but certainly as much fun.
Have you seen Swingers, Carl?
I think so. Is it the one where they've got a line in it? They've got a catchphrase in it, haven't they?
You're the money.
Your money?
No.
You're
that's
so money.
That's it. Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
I love the fact that I said you're the money. You went no. You went you're so the money. You went yeah.
Well, yours is from what's his name?
Yeah, Jerry Maguire.
No,
Yeah.
that's Show Me the Money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen it.
Anyway,
See, that was really articulate. We had we did a feature. It linked into film. Steve loves films. Did a little off the cuff review. Then it went into gobbledygook again.
yeah.
I can't even say it.
You couldn't even say the word gobbledygook.
It's
Anyway, listen. You had an interesting fact you were going to give us, Carl. I don't think we can leave people waiting for this any longer.
No.
Right. How much does it cost to run one escalator? That's just one
Yeah.
on a London Underground. It's running 20 hours a day because it shuts for 4 hours in the night when they're cleaning up and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to run it for a year?
£12.
£60,000.
The trouble with these facts is I've got nothing to compare it against.
Well, think about like your yearly electric bill at home.
Well, when you put it like that, when you can.
It's a lot, isn't it? When you think they could just use stairs.
Carl, play a song. Politics on XFM 104.9. Please, people, just use the stairs.
Chemical Brothers, Star Guitar. I'm gonna be honest, Steve. I like the video more than the song.
Agreed.
Good.
Yeah.
I just wish we could maybe tape the bits we're not on air, just because that's when Carl comes into his own.
Yeah.
He just said to me, I don't know what I was doing, I was sort of like pottering around, dancing around, doing something annoying probably, and he just looked at me, I looked around, he was looking at me, and I looked back, and he went, have you ever used a Y-front properly?
Genius.
It's a great question, because the answer is definitely no.
Definitely. No.
Does anyone use their Y-front properly? And by that, I mean, get your winky out of the little sort of slot provided, as opposed to like put it to one side or pull them down or whatever. Has anyone used a Y-front properly?
I don't think I've ever done it.
I don't think I've ever done it.
I've never seen anyone in a toilet doing it, Rick.
You shouldn't be looking.
I wish I hadn't said that.
I caught ya. Really?
Yeah. That's actually how you prove people are gay.
Yeah.
You get them into this conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap.
It was the trap.
Yeah.
I'm not
that
gay,
was
by
the,
the way.
Yeah.
You didn't prove I was gay. I double bluffed you. Because I knew the old gay trick.
I thought it was the old gay lord say no thing.
That is another method. Yeah,
That is
there's innumerable methods of doing it.
That's how Oscar Wilde was caught.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, the judge went to him. Did you see that film last night? Gaylord say no, and he went no, and they went take him away.
Yeah. Take him down to the cells.
Yeah, take him to Reading.
It is true.
Well,
true. It originated in America.
yeah.
So many of these things do. It's
Yeah.
a brilliant point, Carl. I'd like to hear from anyone listening who's, and I mean, well, they'll just lie, wouldn't they, I suppose?
Yeah. I don't even use sort of flies.
No.
Usually, I sort of pull my wife around, my sort of tracksuit. That's why I wear sort of like elasticated waistbands all the time.
Exactly.
Just sort of
Speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get in there with the minimum of effort.
Yeah. And out.
Sure.
Often I won't shake.
No, well, no.
To my detriment, because it often leaks out a little bit later, doesn't it?
Ever been out on a date with a girl where it's just trickled down your leg and you wish it hadn't, and you're thinking, what if she gets my trousers off later? She might smell or see it.
What? What?
I don't know. I don't know what I said there.
Right.
Rick, I had for Christmas something which I think might excite you and interest
Yeah.
you, because I know you're obsessed and interested by facts.
Yeah.
Don't fiddle with the microphone.
Well, I was just looking at what it was underneath it.
Stop, listen to what I'm saying.
I know, no, listen, let me explain.
People could hear you moving the microphone.
Could they?
Yeah, I can hear it in my headphones.
You know, it's the little pop shield that goes over the mic.
Yeah.
I was going to see what way the mic was facing, so I just had a
Who
look.
cares? No one's interested. Leave it. Carl, I'll tell you if there's a problem.
Alright.
Why am I talking like that? So this is a book, it's just facts and trivia. It's edited by Sir Isaac Asimov, who I think's dead. So I don't know when my parents bought this book. I assume it's sort of from a second-hand shop or something.
Right.
It's quite long, but I got it for Christmas. I keep meaning to bring it in, because generally the facts are quite sensible in here. And I like to think if Isaac's been involved, they're probably substantiated. It's not like kind of just this nonsense on the web. I think that this is probably
Or
crucial.
up in Greg's the Baker's that Carl
Exactly.
gets most of his facts from.
The ancient Egyptians trained baboons to wait on tables. Carl, fascinated.
Brilliant.
That's fantastic.
But what my point about that is, why did they stop?
Yeah.
It's a genius idea.
Was
Would you
it-
not want to go to a restaurant where they had baboons serving?
No, I'll tell you what
Depends on
happened.
you.
It might have been like the Planet of the Apes and they sort of rebelled. One of them could talk. One of them could take his order. And one day went, do you want fries with that? And the bloke got really annoyed and said to answer him back. And then there was some sort of rebellion.
Right.
Yeah. The Planet of the Apes isn't true, is it?
It's not.
just a
No,
film.
it's not a documentary.
Right, okay.
I wonder, because what I like the idea of having baboons is the fact that I reckon they're, like, I have difficulty, and I'm sure you do, Carl, like, at working out that sort of 10%, you know, on a bill.
Yeah.
I reckon baboons would find that particularly hard. I reckon you could get away with under-tipping them all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Just not leaving enough and just legging it. Exactly.
They go away and you go, sucker.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
I'd love to see
yeah.
some baboon restaurants. If there's
Yeah.
any restaurateurs out there, so
Could I
or someone.
if you do go to a restaurant and you've been waiting on those, please don't order the banana daiquiri because it comes half-eaten. They can't help their little selves. They really can't. They're okay with, like, you know, beef and steak and chips and all that. But there's a little bug. I go, do you want...
Can you imagine that? The baboons serving at waiting tables. It's genius. Just stop to think about that. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
It's absolutely dynamite.
yeah. That's a
See,
good
zoos
fact.
would be a lot more popular if there was like the canteen. You could go.
If
and
they
be
were
served.
serving tickets to two, yeah,
Exactly.
one child row. Okay, go through there.
But I
Okay.
think they should do other things, like in the Flintstones, they used to mix cement in that bird's kind of beak.
Pelican, yeah.
We should start doing that again. Because that also happened in ancient times.
Yeah, exactly.
According to the Flintstones.
Yeah, before they had proper cement mixers, that's what they did.
That was how they did it.
Definitely, yeah.
Just animal facts. I remembered one in the week.
Go on.
There was, do you know them two gay American men who have tigers?
Well, they're not necessarily gay.
They're not.
are they?
No one actually knows if they are gay or not.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
yes.
okay.
Gilbert and George, is it? No, that's those artists. What are
Yeah.
they called? Siegfried and Roy.
But
Yeah.
anyway, they have-
Who may or may not be gay.
Yeah. And if they are, so what?
And if they are, so what? But
Yeah.
if they're not, and they
no,
don't.
I just said that so you knew what I was talking about. 'cause
Sure.
Okay, the two gay ones,
Those
yeah,
are
go
the
Two
on.
possibly gay
tigers.
guys.
Yeah, let's not worry about libel law
Um,
anymore then. Or, yeah,
if
go
you
on.
shave a tiger's head,
Whoa. Whoa. Right, okay. You've got to treat that sentence with a lot more reverence than you did. Think what you're saying. If you shave a tiger's head.
not just its head, its whole body. If
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
So I thought you were getting weird. Go on, then. Yeah, if you shave a tiger, yeah, go on.
it's still stripy underneath. The skin.
Is it like rock?
It goes all the
all the way through.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Where did you hear that one?
I remembered that. Like, I was
Was
watching
that a drunk just shouting it in the street?
I shaved a tiger and it's still stripy. Get out of here. Yeah.
I must make a note of that, thinks Carl.
Yeah, that's an interesting fact. Well, you know a polar bear? Polar bear's skin is actually black, and its fur is transparent, not white, and it gives the illusion. So it gets all the radiation possible from the sun, but it's still camouflaged.
I didn't understand that, Rick. Sorry, you lost me. If its skin's black,
a polar bear's skin is black,
and its fur is translucent,
and its fur is translucent.
So why is it white when we?
Well, it's just because the light hits it and
the sun reflects on it.
Yeah, and it makes it look white. Yeah, if you look at each individual hair, it's actually translucent.
So at night it would be black.
Well, everything is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, not bright stuff, Rick. You've embarrassed yourself. Play a record. Oh, I know all about animals and stuff. Do you, Rick?
P-O-D. Bit of pod there. Alive. That's grown on me.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You know, it rocks. I mean, we've got to give it that.
I will certainly give it that, Rick.
Yeah, XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais.
With me, Steve Merchant. So more from the Facts and Trivia book. Edited, as I say, by Sir Isaac Asimov, so not just overheard on the tube or by a drunk.
Well, he might have overheard him on a tube by a drunk and just put him in a book.
Yes. Listen to the whole fact here before you make any judgments.
Okay.
Sauerkraut was renamed Liberty Cabbage by Americans during World War I.
Sure.
In their denunciation of all things German, some Americans actually kicked Dachshunds.
Are the little dogs?
Yeah. Little German dogs, just give them a kicking. Because they were German. Or they were derived from Germany. I don't know if they got to like a small sort of French village and just said, bring out your Dachshunds. Why, what are you going to do to them? Nothing. Give them a little bit of food or something. You're not going to kick them, are you?
Got
No,
some milk.
'cause I've heard about you Americans.
No, just bring out a little sausage dog. You say it aggressively.
You said that aggressively. Like
well, no, bring out the little sausage dog. Okay.
Well, you're not going to hurt it though.
Of course I'm not.
If you hurt it now, it's like, it's against the Geneva Convention.
I'm not going to kick it.
Well, I didn't even bring up kicking. I didn't even mention kicking, so why have you done that? That's...
I don't know.
Well, I haven't got a Datsun.
Oh.
Sacre bleu.
Yeah. Sorry.
That thing down my trousers is just a baguette.
Yeah. Do you remember that, Carl? Do you remember that?
Dynamite fact.
Baguettes were invented by Napoleon so he could carry them down his leg.
Which is fun. There's one more here that I thought might... I know that there's a lot of those kind of amusing laws and stuff, antiquated laws and that on the web and things, but again, it's Asimov. I'm thinking it's true. City Ordinance number 352 in Pacific Grove, California, makes it a misdemeanor to kill or threaten a butterfly.
Threaten?
Yeah, you can't even threaten a butterfly.
So if it goes...
Don't even look at it aggressively.
Yeah, butterfly comes down, I go, what are you looking at? I go, nothing.
Yeah.
And he goes, Judge! What?
Yeah.
Bloke looking at me with a net.
I wasn't doing anything,
I'm fishing.
But see, the thing about that is, a lot of the kind of, sort of the wilder butterflies from the wrong side of the tracks, they're just going to take advantage of it. They're going to cruise around, they're going to be playing loud music, abusing old people. They're untouchable.
And they're going to go, have you got a problem with that?
Exactly, you go,
and
no.
you're going to go,
No, it's fine, go about your business.
No.
Butterflies there, Rick, in California, running amok.
Yeah.
Should repeat it.
Yeah.
There's another one that I think you'll be a fan of. It might take me a while to find it. Maybe we should play a track.
Oh, wow, that takes us nicely. That's a lovely link. That thing about you said about playing a track.
Keep going.
This is Song for the Lovers, and I've chosen a great track here, by Lloyd Cole. Oft forgotten, but a great singer-songwriter. And this is one of his, best songs, I think. In fact, I think Sandy Shaw covered it in the mid-80s when she had a little bit of that resurgence. It's Are You Ready to Be Heartbroken? And it's Song for the Lovers. Lovely tune. Enjoy. Are You Ready to Be Heartbroken? Actually, Lloyd Cole with his Commotions. That was done with, and I love it.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Facts and trivia, the last one, Rick.
Go on.
This is a sobering lesson for us all.
Go on.
At the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo in 1901,
Yeah.
President William McKinley received a line of citizens, shaking hands with each. In the line was a man with a handkerchief covering one hand. Neither of the two Secret Service men guarding the president was curious enough to take a look at what might be under the handkerchief in the hand of the man. Leon Golzgoz, an anarchist. Yeah. What he had was a loaded revolver, and when the president thrust his right hand out for the shake, Zolgozd fired twice. McKinley died a week later.
So, what he did there, it was outwit the might of presumably the FBI or the Secret Service by covering the gun with a handkerchief.
Clever.
That's brilliant.
It's absolute genius.
Just think how they had to explain that. And they go, how did he get close enough and shoot the president? And they go, we didn't see the gun. Why? Covered it with a hanky, did he? Oh, well, you're not to blame then. Exactly, we can't compete with that sort of, you know, didn't you think to look under the hanky?
No.
Well, probably just thought it was a hand. Of course, because that's where the hand would be. Did you not think he was probably holding a gun or something? Didn't do that. We didn't train. We didn't do hiding it with a hanky, did we? Oh, if he didn't do it, then it's not your fault. Don't worry about it. But he lived, did he, for a week?
The president lived with it for a week, yeah.
That's because they had to go to him, and they're probably shuffling around his bed going, sorry about that. Why didn't you look? I had a hanky, did he? Oh, well, they're now in jail. Well, they were. Go on. Well, when we went into the jail to give him some bread and water, he had a hanky over his hand.
Right, yeah.
We thought nothing of it.
Sure.
And it was a gun? Yeah. It was a gun, and he got out. See? Do you remember the gun? Yeah. That's terrible, isn't it?
It's pathetic. No one's used that method since. I know. Because it was effective there, but you don't hear about that now. No. People using all kinds of elaborate methods to assassinate people, poisoning their wine. Yeah. I think that was Rasputin. As I recall, they put some poison into his wine.
Well, I
didn't study it in history class, that's my memory of it.
But if only they listened to Karl last week, chink the glasses.
Always chink the glasses.
That shows that they used to test it, didn't they? Pour a little bit from yours into mine. That means I'm not poisoning you.
Yeah.
But if you're thinking of murdering someone, you know, a dignitary
with a gun.
Yeah, but let's
pop
say
a hanky over it.
Just think about that.
Just pop a hanky over it.
I don't know. Pop it inside an oven glove. And just wear that as you go to shake their hands.
Or sooty.
Or one of those big gladiator-style pointing foam hands they used to have on gladiators. That was genius. Yeah. I'm just using this because I love the president.
No gun in there, is there? No.
It's just a big finger.
Check if you want. Well, no, we won't then if you said check. Right? That's unlucky.
Have I ever told you my method, Karl, my genius method of assassinating someone? This is brilliant. This is the ultimate crime.
Oh, is this the ice cube one?
Have I told it to you before?
No, but I know that.
What's the ice cube one?
When you
shoot an ice bullet.
You get someone round.
Rick, don't say it. Don't reveal it, because it's my story to tell.
Oh, there's two. I know two of them.
Well, listen, let me tell you it and see if this is the one, right? This is genius. Right, you rent a room across the street from the person you want to kill, right? And then when their window's open one day, right, what you've done is you've made an arrow from ice, okay? And then what you do is you train, like, to become a brilliant marksman with a bow and arrow.
It's an old one.
It is brilliant, but this is why it's classic. And then you shoot them with the arrow, it goes across the street, into their heart, kills them instantly, but what's brilliant is, the arrow, the murder weapon, it then melts, dries out, there's no murder weapon. And then you can take apart the bow.
Another one, Steve, is to stab them, then take it out and walk away.
No,
no murder weapon.
No, but but you've got to get into the building. This is the point, you're across the street. Right. You know, the only thing that could get you is if someone saw you shooting an arrow out.
What about an arrow on a string?
Arrow on a string? What are you talking about? No, not an arrow on the string, because that's not going to work. What if the string broke as you were trying to loot?
Good point.
No, Rick,
the ice arrow is the only way. The ice arrow is the only perfect method of assassination.
That was on Colombo.
Was it?
But there's another one. Do you know, like I was saying about the
murder weapon's irrelevant, Steve.
What?
The fact that it's a murder weapon, that is irrelevant.
No, because there are fingerprints on it and stuff.
You're having a laugh, Rick. I defy you to win.
There's no fingerprints on a bullet when it goes through your head at 12,000 miles an hour.
But they can trace it to the same gun, can't they? They can figure that out.
Throw the gun away!
No, but they'll find the gun. They always find the gun.
Burn it!
No, you can't burn a gun. Rick, my point is...
Melt it.
No, the point is his fingerprints and stuff.
Well, no, wipe it.
Rick, you never try to kill someone.
Wear gloves.
They'll catch up with you.
They'll always catch up
with you.
Will
they? Oh, I won't then.
The ice arrow is the only way.
No,
the ice arrow.
I bet that was the one case that Colombo didn't solve.
That's one of them. The other one is, do you know I was saying the other week about the drinks and you chink your glasses and stuff?
Yeah.
A way around that, put the poison in the ice cube, You quickly have a swig before it's melted.
Before it's
and they'll
melted.
go, that's all right, I can drink that, it's not dangerous. Just say, oh, hang on, I'll show you some pictures or something. Let the ice cube melt, the poison goes in the drink, you say, oh, knock that back.
Yeah.
You look thirsty. They'll have it, they'll die.
Genius.
That is good.
Carl, you and I, man, we're like criminal masterminds.
Yeah.
All
What
right?
happens when they find the poison in the body and go, well, he was at Carl's house drinking, it might have been...
You'd have legged it.
Oh, yeah?
He'd have been off with his missus and like £30,000 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it? Yeah.
So that's perfect as well, is
That
it?
is the perfect crime,
So
Rick.
it's, hold on, are all perfect crimes to do with ice?
Pretty much.
Well, well, well.
Roots, manoeuvre, witness. We were talking earlier about people who use Americanisms like
Yeah.
they've used it all their life, and it's our pet hate, isn't it? Really,
Oh.
like just people who say, "I was DJ," going, "I look, you know, risk of sounding a little bit, you know, butt licky."
Butt licky.
What's that?
Never heard that.
Butt. Don't say butt.
Yeah. I heard someone say he was on my ass.
Oh,
He was on my ass.
yeah.
I've never. What? I'll tell you what almost annoys me almost as much as that. There was a guy I used to know who'd pretend, and this guy was like, he'd never done anything wrong in his life. He had no street cred whatsoever. And I was driving along with him once, back from somewhere, and a police car just pulled out and was just following us along the road, because police cars sometimes do. Not following us, just happened to be driving in the
Yeah.
same direction. And he went, hey, up the pigs, watch it. like what, I was supposed to think, what, you've done some crime?
Yeah.
You're part of Grand Theft Auto 3, and I better be careful, because you've got some knocked out, off gear in the back.
Yeah.
You'll watch it, it's the bloody pigs.
Or a dead,
Just play it cool, play it cool.
a made man that you just
Exactly.
killed in the boot.
Nonsense, and I'm just so annoyed with that kind of pretending to have street cred.
I know, just I remember once, right, an American came to our school, we were all about 13 and 14, and he was just, he was like, you had to be his friend. And it was like people vying for his attention, because he was sort of like this cool American bloke, right? And, he was like good at sports, straight, he's always, you know, it's just great. And, I remember someone saying like, tube of toothpaste, and he laughed, said, tube. I go, well, what is it? They said, it's tube, right? And people go, no, it's tube, right? And they go, it's tube, right? And I went, I say tube. He went, and they sort of looked at me, and they just thought, you liar. I just went, no, I say, let me think, no, I say tube. Oh.
When you're a kid, like, any American you ever meet is the coolest thing. It doesn't matter if it's a huge, fat bloke wearing Bermuda shorts and a camera on his neck. It's cool, because they speak with an American accent.
Well, that is cool.
And they say...
Being a huge fat bloke in Bermuda shorts is cool.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
That's
you're-
what you keep telling yourself.
yeah.
I'm growing into that look, says Rick. 41.
The Canadian tourist look.
Absolutely. But no, so anything, you know, sidewalk.
Yeah.
I mean, if I could say, like when I was sort of 14, if I could have said sidewalk, fender, you know, I always wanted to go into a sandwich shop and just order something on rye.
I want to be one of those 80-year-old, sort of Yiddish blokes. Those, you know, sort of like old vaudeville Jewish guys. That, you know, they sit in diners and talk, you know, like Walter Matthau talks.
Right,
and
yeah,
sounds
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah.
I wanna grow into that, a long coat, and I go, ish.
Yeah. Oy vey.
Yeah, maybe I'll start.
Yeah. Well, convert to Judaism initially.
Yeah.
Be your first port of call, and then just tour the vaudevillian, you know, circuit.
Yeah.
In the Catskills.
What
of
am I,
America.
some kind of schmuck?
Yeah.
Something like that.
What do you, Carl, would you like to be American?
No, not at all.
Really?
Got me nerves. When I was in,
Get on my nerves!
Well,
Being
A whole
American.
nation there, reduced.
when I was in Barbados at Christmas,
Oh, name dropping.
right?
Yeah.
There's loads of them there, because that's...
Was that when you were doing a bit of extra sort of waiting? Was that you were sort of your girlfriend was cleaning rooms, wasn't she?
Went there for Christmas, and there's loads of them there, because that's like really close to America. That's like Blackpool is to Manchester type
It's
thing.
exactly like that.
Yep.
So it's
That's the analogy a lot of Americans use.
so
But I think they call it the tropical Blackpool.
but they were going on.
That's only all the brochures, I'm sure.
Listen, right?
Yeah.
And serious now, but
Yeah,
we were going on
serious.
about the September 11th thing.
Yeah.
But they call it the, of course, this is American. Of course,
Brilliant.
the 9/11.
The 9/11.
That's what they call it.
Really? Oh, that's awful. That is. So it's like people who say 24/7.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm working
Americans
my
say
ass
that.
off 24/7.
Well, Americans that say
Yeah.
that. Well, they're allowed though.
Oh, Americans are.
Yeah.
I'm talking about an English person who might say it.
Yeah.
Fool. Yeah, no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Do that American accent again?
Yeah, of course. The 9/11.
Where are you from?
What? Can we
Which part of America is that?
That's how they sounded in Barbados.
Sure.
Sure. But
Can
Carl,
you do any other impression?
but Carl doesn't. I very much doubt that Carl likes newfangled countries like America.
Yeah.
He doesn't like London.
No, true.
So he's not going to
Have you been
like.
to America?
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Went to Florida. No, they got me again.
Got on your nerves?
Yeah. Went for some food.
Yeah.
And it was the last few days. I didn't take much money with me, and we were in Florida, and we were hungry, and we went for some steak, and we had our dinner and that, and I think it's their equivalent to the Angus Steakhouse.
Yeah.
Right.
And sat down, had the steak, and that's huge, big portions. But anyway, we didn't have much money left, and we had like another 2 days left, so we didn't leave. We didn't have much money for a tip. Do you know over there they expect it?
Yeah, a big tip, yeah.
So we left what we could, and I don't know what it was. It might have only been the equivalent to 60 pence.
Yeah.
But he didn't have to do that much. We didn't have loads of courses because we didn't have much money. So he brought us like the main course, and I don't know, a couple of Diet Cokes. And anyway, left them the 60p.
Yeah.
On the way out, and he comes running over. Excuse me, sir, you can have this back. Because it wasn't enough. I mean...
Yeah.
It's outrageous.
What did you say?
I said, all right then. Well, I needed it. I mean, I thought it was nice to leave them something, but obviously it wasn't enough, so got us a couple of more.
Is it good fun with you on holiday? I mean, do you enjoy yourself?
Yeah.
Do people go with you on holiday?
I get bored after about 4 days.
You surprise me.
And then what do you expect out of a holiday, Carl? What do you go
Sort
for?
of soak up some of the culture.
Yeah.
You liar. You liar.
What did you learn about Barbados while you were there?
A lot of crabs on the beach.
I just imagine him sitting there with his knotted hanky on his head.
People sparkle as they're walking down the street. Can't see their faces, but I know.
I like that.
Not bad.
Bit of Gary Newman there. That's Richard X and Sugar Babes. Are Freaks Electric.
Is that one of those things where they've taken one song and they've laid it over the top of the other?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
It's good, no?
No, it's good.
Like
It's
that, good.
Yeah, it's good. Classy.
Yeah, well, we're nearly done, aren't we?
We are almost finished,
Which
which is a
a couple
shame.
of great tracks.
Had a few
maybe.
laughs.
Maybe we've had a few laughs, haven't we?
Yeah, exactly.
I've perked up.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
You've
no,
lost it
I-
here a bit though. You feel a bit. It sounds like you're a bit down again.
Well, it's, that's just 2 hours work in
Okay.
one long
Sure.
stretch.
Yeah.
I reckon we could do a 3-hour show now.
No.
No?
No.
Skin of the teeth, sort of just.
Yeah, we barely got away with this.
Really?
This is beginning to fall apart now.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh.
But yeah,
it's
we've
been
had a good
fun,
time.
though.
We've had a few laughs, as I say.
I just think of Carl on the beach. He said he started winding the crabs up because he got bored. He started throwing sand at them. It's like a child's experiment.
When you were in California, you weren't aggravating butterflies, were you? Because that's a misdemeanor.
Scary though. The weather's really freaky
Where
in California.
is it?
Yeah. In the day it's dead nice. Come 6 o'clock it goes black, and then the rain comes down. It's freaky.
Is that every single day, Carl, or was that just the week you were there?
Every day I was there for about a week. It happened every day.
So as far as you're concerned, that happens all year round.
Yeah, good thing.
So what you're saying is if people are booking a holiday, they should be conscious of this, because it will always happen.
Californian
I
tourist.
That's
think
fact.
It does. I think it does.
But why did you start throwing sand at crabs, by the way?
Just because you get bored on the beach. You sat there. You look around.
Yeah.
And then I saw these crabs, and I was watching the way they move around and
Yeah.
what they
Funny,
do,
innit?
Sort of to.
Does that annoy you, the way they moved?
No, I mean it works for them.
Good of you.
But it was just what I was weighing up is they're quite close to the sea, so I
Sure.
was watching the sea come.
They like it close to sea, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but they don't like it too close.
No.
So like the sea was coming close to them, they'd run towards me.
Yeah.
So as the sea came in to them, I was chucking sand the other way, and it was like, ooh,
They didn't know what to do.
they didn't know where to go.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How long did that keep you occupied for?
The last 3 days I was there. maybe.
Have you ever seen, I don't know if I've described this before, do you remember a classic Paul Daniels episode where Paul is having tea with some baboons, I think? Jim's, full circle. And he's got a little box, and inside the box is a mirror. and he gives it to the chimp, and it looks in the box, and it's confused by its own reflection. It can't figure it out. So it's looking behind the box, trying to figure out, is there another monkey behind it?
Yeah.
It goes on like that. It's dazed and confused. It was there for weeks, just staring into it. I imagine you're a bit like that on the beach with the
Yeah,
crabs.
that's great.
I think that's my analogy.
Poor
Poor Daniel's chimps.
Yeah, I kept a crab once for a week when we went to Bognor. It was me, my mum, and my nan in an.
Oh, party time! Oh man, alive!
You haven't lived until you've woken up to the sound at 3 o'clock in the morning of your nan having a wee in a tin bucket and echoing round a caravan.
Man alive!
Yeah, I was about 9.
You'd brought a chick back.
I was about 9, right? And I just kept a crab in a first day I
In the
found
bucket?
In a. I don't know where it came from. No, I found it on the beach and I brought it back and I kept it in a little bowl in the sink. And then the last day, started to smell a bit. And then the last day, my mum said, go and put it back. And I went and put it back. So I had a pet crab for a week.
And did it die? What happened to it?
No, it just got bored.
Sure.
It didn't do a lot.
Did it start throwing sand at you? Oh. Listen, I think we better play some music because we've got a few songs to squeeze in. I just wanted to play a track. I was watching MTV the other day and I was a bit confused.
Yeah, so was I. I like that.
Because I saw a video for the Electric Soft Parade's Silent to the Dark.
Yeah.
But it was called Silent to the Dark 2. But it was the same song. It sounds like they've redone it. The video is different to the old video. I was very confused. Hopefully someone will phone in and solve it for me. Anyway, this is the original Silent to the Dark. Still a good track. Let's hear it, Carl. Silent to the Dark, the debut single by the Electric Soft Parade.
I like that.
Yeah.
Very good choice there.
Apparently discovered by XFM, is that right, Carl?
Yeah, sent a tape into Claire Sturgis.
You see?
Big time now.
What did she do with it? Sold it.
Yeah.
Got a little £5 starter bag of skag.
Exactly. Oh,
And the
bless
rest is history. Well, I've enjoyed myself.
I have.
But can I just say, we don't just muck around and do stupid things and play great music. We're also informative. And
We
I'm
are.
going to leave London with this tip that Carl, for no reason, just told me. Do you want to do it, Carl, or shall I tell him what you just said?
Rick, we haven't got much time, you better explain it.
Okay. He said, you've been on the Millennium Wheel? I went, no. He went, well, if you do, here's a tip. Go when there's lots of disabled people on there. And I was up for it. I went, why? He went, you get more for your money. Because they have to keep stopping and letting them off. You get an extra 6 minutes. Alright?
Good, solid advice if you're
So
maybe
do
going
that
to go there
then.
today or tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks.
Song for the ladies, Rick. I'll leave you with Lamb Chop. A lot of people aren't a fan of Lamb Chop for some reason. They don't like the way he sings, but this is a beautiful song.
That's the reason.
Up with people. See ya.
Bye.
Xin chào mọi người và hôm nay bên em lại về một chiếc Hyundai i10 xe sản xuất 2015 bản 1.2 số tự động và xe phiên bản màu đỏ. i10 là một trong những dòng mà rất là nhỏ gọn và tiết kiệm nhiên liệu, bản hatchback. Tổng thể chiếc xe thì cũng còn rất là tương đối, tuy nhiên con này thì rất là đen một chút là nó bị va quẹt. Con này thì va quẹt ở sở bên phụ, đấy. Đèn bên phụ đã thay rồi nhé. Đèn bên phụ sáng là đèn bên chính các bạn có thể nhìn thấy. Và vì vậy là có một mức giá rất là ưu đãi thôi. Hơn 200 triệu đã có một chiếc i10 số tự động. Đấy các bạn nhé, tay nắm cửa thì mạ chrome. Hơn 200 triệu đã có một chiếc i10 số tự động sản xuất 2015 rồi. Lốp la răng còn đi dài dài nhé. Về trời mưa đầy đủ hết. i10. Hyundai Grand i10. Xe màu đỏ số tự động thì rất phù hợp cho tất cả mọi người. Từ phụ nữ cho đến đàn ông đều đi được. Con này thì ở phanh sau là phanh tang trống, phanh trước là phanh BS. Nó không phải toàn xe không phải là BS tất nhé. Đấy, đèn trước có kèm cả giải nét nữa cơ. Đấy. Đèn bên phụ đã thay rất là sáng. Lốp la răng rất là mới, đi rất dài luôn nhé. Và em sẽ quay vào nội thất. Đây, nội thất bên trong. Vô lăng đã được bọc, cần số. Rất là mới luôn. DVD tích hợp kem nồi. Đấy, phanh tay cơ. Da ghế thì còn rất là mới. Và loa thì con này loa nghe ok, hàng ghế sau thì da ghế còn rất là ok. Đấy, nó chưa xuống cấp nhiều. 2015 mới đi được hơn 7 năm. Đấy. Đèn hậu rất là đẹp, sáng. Nhưng không phải giới thiệu quá nhiều vì chiếc xe này còn rất là tương đối. Ngoài việc là bị va quẹt và đâm một sườn bên phụ ra thì có gò hàn. Đấy, đương nhiên là va quẹt mà nó vào ăn sâu thì sẽ có gò hàn mà. Tuy nhiên là bên em đã khắc phục hết. Vì vậy là xe hiện tại bây giờ đang rất là ok. Và các bạn có thể là đến trực tiếp để xem cái chỗ đâm nó như nào, gò hàn có nhiều không hay là nó như nào, các bạn đến trực tiếp xem. Con này là chưa vào phần chassis đâu nhé, chưa ăn vào phần chassis và cũng chưa bung túi khí. Đấy, nói chung là xe còn rất là ok. Và em nó thì em đã quay rất là chi tiết rồi và em không nhận cọc trước. Ai mua cứ đến trực tiếp xem xe, nếu chốt được thì chúng ta làm thủ tục sang tên cũng như là sang tiền. Con này thì trong một chiếc i10 2015 số tự động này thì bên em đang giao bán là 220 triệu. Và chiếc xe này thì nó bị lỗi, chứ nếu mà xe xịn của nó thì chắc là cũng đắt đấy mọi người nhá. Và nếu mà bên em mà thường rất nhiều khách quen, vì vậy nếu mà bên em mình đã bán thì bên em sẽ ghim ở phần bình luận là xe đã bán. Còn nếu mà em chưa bán thì bên em sẽ chưa ghim gì. Vì vậy mọi người mà xem xe nên chú ý, nếu mà phần bình luận mà đã ghim đã bán rồi thì đừng có gọi vì là xe đã bán. Vì vậy là xin chào tất cả mọi người nhé.
Steve Merchant, hello, Karl Pilkington and everything. No, I'm going to be honest with you.
Go on.
A little bit hungover,
Yeah.
don't feel very well.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm hungover or still a bit drunk, but I don't feel...
You sound like you're still a bit drunk.
Yeah, so
But
what I'm
then
worried
you do
about...
every week, so...
But what I'm worried about is that the standard will slip. Yeah,
Sure.
if I'm not right on the ball. And the other thing is I haven't had a lot of time to prepare the show today.
Okay.
So I don't, I don't really, I don't feel, you know...
100%.
Yeah, I haven't done the Carl.
Right.
Look.
Have you finished that sentence?
I don't make me laugh because it hurts as well. And there's another side effect to me being a little bit hungover or drunk or whatever, right? Is that I can be annoying.
Right, yes, yes.
Because just to amuse myself, I sort of like turn my body off a little bit and just poke and like that and annoy people and that. I want to sort of like...
Well, you do the physical equivalent of freewheeling.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
you? You just
I sort of want to climb on Carl and go to sleep on him.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
They'll both annoy him and it'd be comfortable.
Yes. Yes.
Which is, you know, can be annoying.
Just a little thing just to make this show a bit easier. If you'd put your hand up when you want one of us to speak, because it's not quite, I'm not quite sure when the sentences are finished.
The hands are up.
Okay, good. So,
the hands are up.
Okay.
Okay.
Good, alright.
Okay.
Are you gonna just keep them up for the rest of the show, or?
No, Carl, do what you,
Good, alright. Do you want to, I mean, is there an excuse as to why you're a bit hungover?
Too much wine.
Okay.
Last night, yeah.
Yeah. Good. Thanks
Okay.
for that. Because this is the only work you've got to do all week, isn't it? It's like, unless I'm very much mistaken, you don't have to do anything. You just sit at home eating cheese.
Yeah.
And then occasionally you do a bit of sort of shadow boxing, and that's exercise. And then you sit and watch TV.
Yeah.
Is that roughly what you did this week?
Yeah.
So this is the only 2 hours you had to do anything for all week. This is you had to prepare for this.
Yeah, but who can plan a hangover?
Right.
You know, you'd think, Carl, you said you had some stuff.
Yeah.
What have you got? I love the fact that, whereas I was a little bit slow, Carl there leapt into action to keep this show afloat, keep the pace up. Go on.
Right, well,
Carl, are you hungover as well, or?
I'm just a bit annoyed because I'm with you. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't got much to do all week.
You're having a laugh.
What?
What angers me is I kind of hope that maybe I could have quite a long career in radio, and I sort of feel like I'm, I don't know, the word sinking ship. Those words spring to mind.
But
because it feels like, I mean, Carl, you're just a chancer anyway. You weren't even supposed to be on air, and we've made you into something of a household name, and that's cool.
household name.
And Ricky's already a celebrity. He's got it stitched up. He's got corporates. He's got voiceover work. But I've got nothing. I'm running on empty. I'm not nothing. I've got nothing. I'm sort of dependent a bit on this.
Yeah.
Financially. And
go on then. What?
And you two are sort of bringing it down, really.
Right.
Do you reckon I can get my own show, Carl?
Carl. Tell them what I did out there with a bit. No, Carl, tell them how funny I was out there with a bit in that a minute ago.
So anyway, come on,
I'm bored of this.
I'll tell you what. will we tease them with what we've got coming up next?
Yeah,
Carl, tease us after the next record.
I think we've already got them for 2 hours.
Yeah, we've hooked them, Carl. Don't worry, this is textbook radio.
What's this? Badly Drawn Boy.
Yeah.
Badly Drawn Boy. You were right. XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Carl, you were saying what's coming up?
Right, over the next 2 hours then, last week was a bit of a mess.
Don't be silly.
So I've sorted it out. We'll be doing the same features.
Right.
We've got...
I think that was the reason it was a mess, if I'm honest.
Well...
you've tightened it, you've tightened the ship.
Tightened it up, and also keeping people for longer.
Okay.
Right,
So-
tell me your plans. What
have you come up with
Tell
then?
me your ethos behind this then.
Right.
Always show your workings, Carl.
Always show your workings, Carl.
Alright then, so last week we started good sort of play on words that we had going.
Go on.
The well-known film Educating Rita.
Yeah. That's become, thanks to Karl Pilkington's brain, it's become...
I've tweaked it a bit, and now it's Educating Ricky.
Brilliant.
Right? And that was a new feature we started last week, if you weren't listening, where I teach Ricky stuff.
What did you teach me?
Taught you about that little Chinese hairy kid.
Yeah, you didn't teach me anything. You said there was a kid that was born that was slightly hairy than other Chinese people.
Where the saying "chewing the fat" came from.
I enjoyed
that was good. That was interesting.
Good. And a man who had a beard because he was being abducted for 3 days. Again, that was rubbish.
Lest we forget.
That taught me more about you than about alien abduction.
But what happened last week is,
Go on.
we sort of talked about it all in one go. And you can't...
Whereas this week you've done what? You've spread it out over the show.
Well, I've spread it across the 2 hours, because I always found that if you try to be taught too much in one go, you just can't take it in and it'll be wasted.
Is that your experience of school?
Yeah.
They taught you in 3-minute bursts.
Yeah, and not every day.
Yeah.
Every other
When
month.
you felt like it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what we're going to do, right?
So we've got Educating Ricky coming up. That's
Educating
exciting
Ricky across the 2 hours.
Okay, look forward to
and
that.
what I do is, I've made little headlines again, and you decide which story you want to go
All of
for
them.
first.
Well, give me the first headline.
No, not yet. We'll do that in a
Well,
bit.
give me a teaser.
Hang on a minute, I'm telling you what else.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
We've also got, we started it last week, Rockbusters.
Oh yeah, that was a triumph.
Yeah.
I think we went wrong there.
Why?
By letting you do it?
Doing it on air?
Not thinking it through.
Yeah.
Bit of that.
Okay, so what's the rules on Rockbusters?
We're gonna do Rockbusters,
Okay.
but you email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk when you know the answers,
Okay.
right? And sort of round near the end of the show, right?
Yeah.
We'll give out the answers then. So if they think they know the answers, they've got to hang about.
Rick, I should tell you now,
I'm not hanging about.
don't think that the listeners are going to go away empty-handed.
I was worried about that. I was worried about that.
I can tell you where, and don't worry, because Karl has sorted out some top quality prizes.
Good.
First up, this is stuff that people can win, and be excited about this. First up, it's a DVD of The Office. I don't know how he got hold of it. I don't know how he got hold of it. Because they are like gold dust.
Yeah.
There's, this is the second gift. Now, bear in mind, this is, I don't know where he's rummaged that from. This is an XFM compilation album.
Oh,
He's managed to sort that out somehow.
Excellent.
I don't know how he sorted that out. There's another compilation album, which has got, some sort of, indie-type hits of these. But this is
Have you got a film to give away?
Well, I'm glad you've asked.
What film, though? Cause
I know you're a big fan of DVDs. It's one of the big hot releases that everyone's keen to get their hands on.
Not arbitrary, is it? It's not the only one. No, this film title don't be an arbitrary film, will it? It'll be a big...
Rick, I don't want you thinking that the film that Karl has sorted out here is that he's sourced for us is just an arbitrary thing that you wouldn't get. You could buy for $3.99 in HMV.
Yeah.
Right, they're giving
one
these
of those
away.
big, one of those big baskets.
Exactly. I don't know who is phoning up to try and win this,
Okay.
but you can be
If
lucky
this is
winner.
your favourite film, it's yours.
Exactly.
Okay.
But this is the big star prize. This is
is
the one
it?
you're all playing for. It's Children of the Corn. Stephen King's Children of the Corn. It's a widescreen presentation on DVD.
Imagine getting that and going, excellent. We can watch this now.
But Rick, I mean, let me just run through some of the cast. Peter Horton. Pete Horton's in it, and that's about
I'll tell you what, I don't want to give it away if Hort is in it.
Exactly.
I'd love to see his
If
performance
Porter's
again.
is in it. Also Linda Hamilton, I know you're all
Linda
all big fans
Hamilton,
of
she
Linda
plays a piece of corn.
Hamilton. Exactly. And I don't know what, I've not seen Children of the Corn, I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
it
But that's
says,
great.
it
Carl,
says
when
it's amazing.
you root around the office, why don't you start throwing like a mouse mat and a pair of scissors and a pencil? Because that is just arbitrary.
That's an arbitrary selection
That's next week's stuff.
But also, I should say, we also have some, this is a little bit more exciting, we've also got some tickets for, DJ Shadow,
Yeah.
who's performing at the Brixton Academy this
He's good,
evening.
isn't he? He's good at
9
DJing.
o'clock. So he's very good at DJing and scratching and the like.
Plays all the records that you want.
Exactly.
Plays all the records that you want. Don't bring your own. He's got them all. He's got them all. I've seen him arrive. He's got 2 big bags of them.
Yeah. So there's 3 pairs of
how
DJ
sick.
Shadow tickets. We'll give those away later as well.
Is there any lemonade?
Don't just start phoning arbitrarily now.
No.
We'll give those away in our own
Is there
good
any
time.
lemonade?
Sorry?
I need some lemonade.
Okay, well, while we sort out some lemonade, let's play a tune. Come on, Carl, what's wrong?
Whoa, Carl!
Ryan Adams from his new album Demolition. A track called Nuclear.
Yeah. I've found a new way of making it more exciting. When you're talking about something, I'll go, yeah, brilliant, agreeing with you. Making it all interesting.
Yeah, I can see that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really good album, that.
Yeah.
And,
Brilliant.
yeah, it's
Brilliant.
apparently just a collection of sort of demos and songs he had lying around.
Oh, I wish I had that.
Yeah.
You know, we're giving away those DVDs and Children
Look
of the
forward
Corn.
to that, Children of the Corn.
I've got an interesting anecdote about, the Office. Carl. Me and Carl went out, right? With, me and Jane, Carl and Johnny and Gigi, wasn't it? Carl, I'm talking to you. Wasn't it?
No.
Wasn't,
Gigi was
Is it important
just
who went?
No.
Okay.
But we're walking on the street. Carl was there though, and he can back me up on this. We had a curry. We were walking back, and this little funny homeless fella, didn't he?
Mm.
He oh, I got to tell it before I go, didn't he?
Yes.
He came up to me, right, and he recognised it. Talking's more difficult than you think. Right? And he came up to me and he went, oh! He said, I've just nicked 5 of your DVDs from HMV. And he shook my hand. He was so happy with it. And I went, right, excellent. He went, all I do is I just swing the bag over the top. Like that, when I'm going out. And he had a bag full of DVDs, didn't he? And he was so pleased to tell me that he'd stolen. That great.
He said they're going like hotcakes.
Yeah, he said they're going up, of course they are!
Yeah, you're nicking them.
I know, we get paid for them though, don't we?
So not the stolen ones?
Don't we?
No. What do you mean? Did you sign them for him? you idiot. What, so, he just nicked 5...
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you say he was homeless, was he?
Well, don't know, maybe.
No.
Surely, how would he have seen the show? He'd just walked past Curry's one morning.
Dixon's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's any
Seen
idea.
a trailer for it, thought, interesting.
I don't know if he was homeless. I didn't go into his home
Sure.
life.
He
But,
shook his hand, though, and...
but
he went.
he made Carl look smart, do you know what I mean? So, but he wasn't Northern, was he?
No, it was like, do you know in the Fast Show with Paul Whitehouse, when he did that character, that shady character?
Yes.
The spit of that, you know,
Was
like a ponytail, t-shirt on, a bit too big for him, and just the movement and everything, really like a cockney, little cheeky chap type person.
A little cockney cheeky chap.
And, he just said, it's you. Said,
Yeah.
you got your DVDs, got 6 of them from HMV, going like hotcakes they are. And then off he went, whistling.
Yeah.
Well chuffed with himself.
Yeah.
Going like hotcakes.
What's he gonna do with them then? Probably sell them.
Yeah.
How does he sell them? Where does he sell them? Does he go up to people and go, do you want an Office DVD? They're not nicked.
Yeah.
4 quid.
Yeah, exactly. Are these stolen? No.
No. They've still got the tags on them.
Well, it's like those people who, you're those cab drivers that you'll meet at sort of 3 in the morning who've just got a car.
Yeah.
And just went out with a car.
Yeah.
And just, I'll pick people up and charge them.
Yeah.
I got in one once, I said to him, the guy just pulled up, he said, I was in like, East London, going back to, North London. I said, going to, Swiss Cottage. He went, sure, hop in. We set off. He went, do you know the way? I said, well, not really, no. I thought you'd know the way. You're in a cabbie. And he went, no, don't really know the way there. I said, have you got an A to Z? He went, no. I thought, well, if you're gonna go out just on the, just winging it as a cab driver,
Yeah.
2 things. Take a map and a torch. He didn't have
Yeah.
either. He said, well, I'll probably get to Camden. I said, right, I'll direct you from there. Drove on for about 5 minutes, making conversation. About 5 minutes later, he went, do you know the way to Camden? I thought you knew the way to Camden. I don't really know the way. I thought I did.
Oh.
It was I mean,
Let me out. 4 quid.
Exactly. And that's, I don't know who's got that sort of time on their hands, that they just think, it's 3 a.m, I'm at a loose end, I think I'll go out doing a bit of cabbing.
Wow. Yeah.
Because your dad was a cabbie, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was, yeah. Couldn't stand it, but it's good money.
He was he wasn't like a chancer, though.
What was he doing when he put that little Forrest Gump in a wheelie bin?
That was part of the cab company thing. They had to do like a charity event once a year, and he did it one year. Never asked him again.
Tell us the story again.
I'd rather not, because we got a few sort of complaints about it.
Why? Why do you get complaints about it?
Because he put a kid in a bin, and it's not the thing to do. So.
But we could use it as a sort of sobering lesson for people.
Yeah, tell it like a, you know, you shouldn't do it.
No, yeah, but that's how I did it last time, but people still didn't like it. All the stuff I tell you, we don't take the mickey out of people on purpose.
No.
It's real life, innit? And that goes on in life.
Yeah.
My dad was saying that in hospital, though. Do you know I was in hospital?
Yeah.
You know, he did some jokes about old people and that, and he said at the end of the day, if something makes you laugh, it's funny. And if it makes you laugh, you can't help laughing, can you? Do you know what I mean? So, what you meant to do? And laughing's good for you.
Yeah.
So,
but being laughed at isn't as good for you, is it?
No, but there's probably more people laughing at one person, so if you balance it out, there's only one person who's upset and there's a bunch of people laughing. So, it's
genius. Give me an example of that. Give me an example.
Well, for instance, Karl Pilkington as he talks and the people listening.
Yeah, no, give me a little example of like, so, you know.
I can't, because again, that's what I'm saying, I can't tell you the story, because there might be someone out there who, this person might even be listening and think, I forgot about that and you brought it all back to me then.
Yeah.
So, I prefer to leave it, but I think people know.
Why did he put him in the bin in the first place?
Because he was getting out of hand.
What was he doing, though?
You see, I can't explain without...
You can! Don't be silly!
I prefer to leave it, honestly.
What was he doing? Was he annoying him?
He was annoying my dad and the other people in the cab.
Right.
And he thought, how can I deal with this before it gets too out of hand?
Yeah.
He pulled over and put the lad in a wheelie bin.
I'm gonna burst!
So we'll leave that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
How old was the kid?
I'm not sure, but I mean, it was a trip to sort of Blackpool, so I'm guessing...
Do you think it was one of the rides?
17.
This is rubbish.
17?
Yeah.
Oh, he's quite an old lad then.
So, a big lad.
Yeah.
But let's
And did he pick him up?
He picks him up and put him in a wheelie bin.
Every time he says it, I like it.
And then on the way back, he got him back again. He said, right, you won't do that again.
On the way back?
Yeah, he left him there for a bit.
He left him there, what, they went to Blackpool and he left the kid in the wheelie bin?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
What, was the kid in the wheelie bin when he drove back?
Yeah.
Did he not get out?
No, because how do you get out? It's tricky, innit? And he wasn't a normal kid, was he? Let's leave it.
He wasn't a normal kid.
Right then. So,
Is your father in prison?
Oh,
I think he should be.
Can we put a song on?
Yeah, go on then.
Feeder, come back around. XFM, 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. I asked Karl in the week, right, what animal would he never trust? Even if he got to know it and it was a pet and everything, what animal would he never trust? What was it?
Was this, a wasp?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you trust a wasp, Karl?
I just think that,
They're shifty?
all other animals, if you get them at an early age, you can sort of make them like you.
You can train them.
A wasp.
Nothing.
Never.
Is there anything do you think there's anything you could do that would kind of, win the favour and win the trust of a wasp? What would you have to do you think?
What if you had it from a little grub?
Yeah.
And you fed it, you had its favourite marmalade?
It doesn't affect it though, does it? A bee dies, doesn't it, if it does it, so it's not gonna, like, use it willy-nilly.
That's easy for you to say.
But a wasp, I
Do you think they sting arbitrarily? They just sting for the fun of it? They're like sort of like delinquent insects?
I think so, because last night, right, I mean, this is part of educating Ricky in a way, but something I learnt last night was that tarantulas only bite you if you annoy it.
Right.
They don't, do you know how people say, oh, if you're in a sleeping bag living in a jungle, a spider will get in there and it'll bite you?
Yeah,
apparently not, you've got to really annoy it. The thing that it really hates is having its leg sort of twisted.
It hates having its leg twisted. Right.
Yeah, but that's more for...
Is that what they said in the documentary?
No,
actually said, did the voice
Almost certainly not, Steve. Almost certainly
Were you watching
not.
a documentary?
No, I was reading it.
Oh, you're reading it.
And, it was this guy...
Was it scrawled on the wall in like a public toilet?
No, I'll tell you. I'll tell you more about that later.
Oh,
It's
right,
part
I'm
of
looking
the,
forward
thing.
Educating.
So if you
Part of
don't
the
trust the evil wasp, what animal do you trust? What's your favourite?
Well, I also, I said to him, right, supposing your mind, right, your mind's got put into any animal, right, and you've got to get from where you are now, right, to Glasgow, right, as an animal, right, but the authorities will be looking out for it.
Okay.
And it's shooting you, right? And, what you went through loads, didn't you?
I was thinking about it it must have took me about an hour.
So your mind has been put into an animal.
And then, so it's you in this animal thinking you've got to get to somewhere.
But the authorities know you're in the animal?
Yeah, maybe your body is in Glasgow or something, and you've got to get this animal to get to you so it can transfer its mind back into your body.
But the government knows that I'm...
Oh, we've all had that conversation.
So the government's going, Karl can't have his own brain back.
I only have it with Karl, don't I, these conversations? Go on, yeah.
So you're on the way.
So think about it. You think about it just for a second. So, let's recap. Your body's in Scotland.
Right.
He's the only one that takes my question seriously.
Your brain is in London. Right? And there's like loads of security and stuff looking out in the sky for animals or looking on the field, seeing what's looking a bit suspicious. Trying to get to your body.
And they're shooting them.
Brain, and they're shooting everything and killing all the animals. What thing would you pick to get your brain to Scotland that wouldn't get caught? And I reckon I've got the answer.
A wasp?
No, because think about it, a lot of people get irritated if it sort of wanted to get a lift in a car going down the motorway. If someone's driving there's a wasp in the car, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, sure.
Cause a right accident.
Yeah.
So think of something that people wouldn't,
And the clock's ticking as well.
You're taking this really very seriously, aren't you, Karl?
You've only got a couple
You've given this a lot of thought, haven't you? You have.
Yeah.
So, something with speed.
Yeah, it's
something
got
that can travel quite speedily.
Well,
that's...
Well,
and something that's also inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the sort of thing that's what you're going to
Yeah.
And is it a creature that's native to this country?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it is.
I've got no idea, Karl. What are you thinking?
Tell him.
A flea.
A flea?
Tell him why.
Think about it. Right, this flea, it's got my brain. It's dead small, the flea.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yeah.
And so it goes, right, I've got to get to Scotland. So it jumps on someone who's going to Euston Station.
Right.
They don't know it's there.
No.
The government can't see it.
Can't see it, Steve! Think of that statement! Think if you just tuned in.
Yeah.
Now,
People get on the train, goes to Glasgow or Edinburgh, wherever in Scotland it is. It jumps off, it goes right, jumps on someone else who's going the way it needs to go, gets there, still no one's seen it, jumps on me, I get my brain back.
Yeah.
The government are like,
And you feel confident that your brain would fit in that of a flea's?
well, you said there was no problem with the size of it. You said you could.
there certainly wouldn't be.
So,
No.
I pretty much you could download everything you know into a flea.
So that's genius.
Yeah.
That's,
what would
good
you rather
thinking.
have, right? Roller skate feet, and there's little wheels, right? Chopstick hands. Yeah? Instead of hands. Chopsticks instead of hands. Wheels instead of feet.
yeah.
Right? Or acne.
How big are the wheels?
Can I take you guys back to the old school? Do you mind if we take it back to the old school?
Well, yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna lay on me?
No, I just maybe a bit of a De La Soul. Is that a problem? Is it a problem going back to the old school?
No,
'Cause
no,
I'm not. We don't need to go. If you don't
As
want
long as it's vinyl shit.
it is indeed. Slam it on.
I never went. There we go.
De La Soul. Old school.
Brilliant,
roller skating Jam named Saturday.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Good stuff. Karl, so, educating Ricky. You were going to tease us now with some of the big headlines.
He's dancing.
Improving. He really is in the
He
groove there.
really is dancing there.
Right.
Right.
So,
Okay.
the way this works is,
What would you rather be, Karl?
I teach you
Superheroes.
3 things.
A frog boy, yeah, that you could leap onto a house, but you had to go first and leap onto a house. You're this frog boy, right? And that could be useful, couldn't it?
That's very useful, yeah.
Right, Amploid, where you've got your hands and microphones, and you can talk into your hand and your whole body. It's like 100 decibels. You can go, "Oi, come here," and people can hear you from miles away. Amploid, right, right. Or Sado, right, and that means that you can go out to anyone and go, alright, and they don't know why, they just get fed up for the whole day.
Which of those would you prefer? Don't answer now. Have a think about it. Have a think about it.
The frog thing, do I look like one, or...
No, you're just you in your little Ben Sherman shirt and everything, and they go, and people walk along and they go, oh, look at that young child on that roof. He's gonna fall. I wish Frog Boy was here. And you go, blah. And you go down, you go, blah. And they go, here's him. And they don't recognise you when you're squatting. They go, I don't know who you are. And you leap up there and save, and you come back and they go, where's Frog Boy? And you're standing up and you go, don't know, he went that way.
Yeah, I'd probably have that one.
Would you
go with Frog Boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
Okay, go on.
Right, so, did that just go out?
What?
All that.
Go on, I've got a bad...
Hey, look, Rick, Carl's really planned this show. He's really worked out. He came in early, he was writing things down.
And there's me just coming up with rubbish
and
like
you're
that.
just talking rubbish. So, Carl, I know you've been thinking this through. What have you got?
So, Educating Ricky, we did it last week. It's where I teach you some stuff, but rather than just teach you something, I tease you, so you want to know more, so you want to take in information, right? So,
if only people had taught you like that, Carl.
So,
and also, it's the name of a film, sort of. Nearly.
Coming up soon, Henry VIII and his, well, how many wives? Come back tomorrow, Carl, to find out.
The little headlines I've got to sort of tease you with the story.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt me, and I'm not very well. Go on.
Right, we've got,
so this is what, sorry, I've just got lost for a minute there.
It's Educating Ricky.
This is Educating Ricky,
Yeah.
and these are the stories that these are the things you're gonna tell him.
Yeah.
But these are just headline versions.
These are headlines,
This is not
because
the actual fact.
then I think people will remember things.
Okay, alright, so you, sort of bullet points.
Who can forget Hairy Chinese Boy?
Indeed, I shall never forget that.
Yeah.
So, first headline,
Ooh.
don't do that to it, you know it can't live without an head.
I've got no idea. It could be about the French Revolution, it could be about anything.
I know what it is!
No, you think you do, but...
No, it's something I taught you! Is it the fact that cockroaches can live for 9 days without a head?
That's part of it, but it's something different as well, that's what I thought we'd bring up.
Okay, brilliant. So that's something to...
Next one, you won't work it out. If only it was raining.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Go on.
And the last one, what's tomato with you?
What's tomato with you?
Yeah.
Look how pleased he is.
You're obsessed with puns, aren't you, at the moment, Kay?
It just works, I think it works.
Yeah. You love puns.
So, there you go.
So which of those are you gonna choose, right?
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to choose. Don't do that, you know it can't live without an head.
Can we play a tune and we'll come back with
I
that?
reckon.
Find out what that is.
Yeah.
Wow, what a history lesson that's gonna be.
Dandy Warhols and Bohemian Like You on XFM 104.9. I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Steve Merchant and Karl Pilkington. Karl, what's the story then?
Right, so what did you say you're going for? You've got your 3 titles, your 3 teasers.
Well, I think I'm gonna go for Don't Do That to It, you know it can't live without an head.
I'm looking forward to this.
Right.
So this is Educating Ricky, for those that have just tuned in.
Now, something that Ricky told me about when he was educating me was that a cockroach, if you cut its head off, it lives for a week.
Yeah.
Right?
And the only reason it dies is because it can't take on water.
Sure. It doesn't have a great time in that week, though, does it?
No.
I mean, it doesn't get much done, I don't imagine.
It just needs water, and because it can't find any, like its eyes, it eventually dies.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
So what?
No, it's not, that's not, it's
Anyway.
you can't drink.
Anyway.
So, have you heard that one about worms?
Okay.
I have, go on.
If you cut a worm in half,
Yeah.
a lot of people have said in the past that it'll turn into 2 worms.
Right.
But that isn't actually true.
Okay. Who said that?
No, it used to be like, you know,
Kids at school
said it on, kids at school and stuff.
Yeah.
So that, you know, a lot of people think that.
Don't pick him up on stuff, Steve, it's bad enough.
Sure.
So, but what they can do, if you get a worm, right, and you find out which end its head's at,
Right.
if you you've got its head there at the left-hand side, right, and if you sort of cut it in half,
Right.
but not in half, so there's more of its neck than the tail, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bit that you've cut off will sort of die, and the rest of the worm will get better. So in a way, you can cut it in half, and it'll survive, but only one half will survive.
Okay.
Yeah? What have you learnt there?
I wish you hadn't chosen that one, Rick, to be honest.
I know. I know, because it's not. It's nothing, is it?
Yeah,
you know that joke, how do you tell a worm's head from its own? You put it in a bowl of flour and wait till it farts.
Yes.
Right? I told my mate that, right? And he went, what if it coughs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, there is a bit of truth in that myth of cutting one in half.
Where did you get this information? I don't understand where you get this information
That was from the Fortean Times. It was like the myth about worms.
Yeah.
That was the big article that week.
Did it take you as long to read that article as it took you to tell us just then?
I like the fact that it starts off debunking a myth that we hadn't heard of anyway.
Exactly.
You know the big thing about cutting a worm in half and making 2 worms? No. Yeah. What's the other one? What's the other
it's not
headline?
the thing to do either, by the way. Don't go doing it.
No.
Cool.
It's not very nice. It's cruel.
But it can get by
and
if
it's
you
pointless.
do. Yeah.
There's no scientific worth in that.
Well, there you go.
Okay then.
So the others now, you see what I do. No, I tell you the other titles. You're not having them yet. That's the whole idea of this. People will be driving or about to go out doing the shopping. They'll think about that now.
What was the other 2?
Well, the other 2.
They won't think about that. They've forgotten that.
No, they will.
No, they've forgotten that already.
If only it was raining. And what's tomato with you?
Right,
I'm looking forward to that one.
No, you've got to tell me tomato with you.
Look what's happening. You see, you already want more education. And this is what listeners will be doing.
I tell you, I wish you were a teacher. I so wish you were a teacher.
Do you know what I mean? Kids would be saying, I know it's 3:30, but I don't want to go home, I want more.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm doing with you. I'm teaching you.
Why are you teaching me things about not to cut worms in half and what's tomato with you? Please tell me what's tomato with you, Carl.
In a bit.
Rick,
what?
I tell you, he's thought the show through. He's teasing the audience. You're excited. They're listening.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So listen, I think we should all, because we got your competition to squeeze in. We got all these great goodies. Let's not forget. Hello, Children of the Corn.
I do feel slightly guilty that now this is Karl Pilkington's show. I don't think we should have our names involved.
No.
It's not fair, is it? And I think we should give Karl the money.
I don't want my name to this. It's a Ricky Gervais show. Yeah. Right, the quiz.
Yeah.
Will we get that out of the way, because they've only got an hour to start.
Don't you worry about that, Carl. I've already got this one. I'm thinking on your terms now. Let's play a tune. We'll come back with the big competition information. Alright? Money Mark. We got a classic from Money Mark from his album Push the Button. Play that, Carl. And afterwards... Are we excited? You got the competition? Look at his face. He's so excited now. He's thought this through.
He's loving it.
Rockbusters.
Rockbusters. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should we do that?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Go on.
You're rejuvenated, are you?
Yeah, let's go for it now.
Second hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hangover finished with?
Yeah.
It's all done?
Done.
Good.
Done. I had some water.
Excellent. That'll often sort it out.
Yeah.
Well done.
Flea is the best way.
He's just had an argument with a punter. Someone called up and said, I don't think a flea's very good. How would the flea know? Tell him what he said. He said, how would the flea know what train to get on? He went, he get to Houston and look at the timetable.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he went, we're not going to agree on this. He got annoyed at him, because the bloke said he'd better to be a wasp.
Yeah.
A wasp would not survive, would it, on, a Virgin train or something? So...
Why wouldn't it?
It just wouldn't, because people really don't like wasps, so somebody would end up clouting it and killing it, and that brain would never get to his body, so... Right, it is quiz time.
Hooray! This is the moment we've all been looking forward to.
Go on. Do you want to tease them with the prizes?
No. Not really, because they might not bother phoning in. Or it's not a phone, or is it? It's an email.
Alright.
Okay, well, a quick reminder then. We've got to the office. I don't want people to think that we'll just keep plugging the office DVD. We've got nothing else to give away.
No one gives us anything away.
No, that's
just
why.
hanging around in Carl's little room.
Did you get a guy from HMV just to nick, did you get a guy just nick these from HMV and carry them
The
back?
beard and the ponytail.
Was that the story? So we got the Office DVD, obviously. We got the remix, XFM's remix album, volume 2. That's sort of remixes of various tunes. Quite a good little compilation album here. One of those kind of the best Coldplay, Travis, Oasis, blah 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 albums in the world ever. And
let's play some of them, because there's nothing in the library.
Exactly. Have a look on there.
4 Alanis Morissette, 9 Catatonia. I just counted, didn't that?
But the big one, the big star prize that you're all playing for is, of course, the DVD widescreen version of Children of the Corn, Stephen King's horror film. Lest we forget, it's got Peter Horton as the star. so look forward to that. We're going to give Shadow away separately, are we? We're going to do that separately?
Yeah.
We'll give away the DJ Shadow tickets at a separate.
Right, so we're playing for those DVDs and CDs, and what
it's an email competition. Don't bother phoning
email. Yeah, the phone lines are lighting up a bit. So put the phone down, get the computer started up, and it's ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk if you know the answers to these, right? And the way it works, we did it last week, but if you didn't hear it, I'll give you some initials and like a bit of a cryptic clue. So, and you work out who the band is or the artist, right? It's always a band or an artist. It's not any TV programs and that. So, say like last week we had S, didn't we? And it was better than the average homeless person, and that was Supertramp. Right, so it's not always XFM music, it can be anything. And there's 3 of them.
They've got to get all 3 of them?
You've got to get all 3 and email in.
How long this intro so far has taken.
Yeah, but here we go then, right? First initials, LR.
LR.
LR,
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And the cryptic clue is,
you should have thought it through. You should have thought it out before you came in.
Yeah, cryptic clue.
You've got it?
Yeah.
I'll take that book to the toilet with me.
I'll take that book to the toilet with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
LR.
LR.
I'll take that book to the toilet with me.
And don't shout out if you know the answer, 'cause...
No.
No idea, Carl. I've no idea.
Right, okay, so there's 1. Right, the second one, FL.
FL.
This one's actually been emailed in as a suggestion.
Okay.
That person who's done that, don't email in, 'cause you're disqualified from the comp. So...
I'd love him to be a teacher.
So...
It'd be great, wouldn't it? Just to see him one day. Can't we do that? Can't we get you a placement somewhere for you to teach history to sort of like, 14-year-olds?
I think science, Rick.
Science would be good, yeah.
Right.
I'll tell you what. You got a lot of... just quickly, for me, Carl, explain, say, what can we get him to explain that everyone learns as a kid? Science.
Photosynthesis.
Right. So, FL, right? FL are the letters, and the cryptic clue. Blow the candles out before you eat the cake.
Blow the candles out before you eat the cake.
Yeah. Blow the candles out before you eat the cake. The letters there, FL.
Alright, we've got LR, we've got FL.
Yeah. And finally, the third one, NS.
Hold on, how many have they got to get?
3.
Don't worry, there's no more after this, Rick.
Right? NS. How can I wash up in something shaped like that? Right? That's one of mine. So very quickly recap, just in case we missed any. LR is the first one. LR. I'll take that book to the toilet with me. Cryptic clue. We had FL. Blow the candles out before you eat the cake. And the final one, NS. How can I wash up in something shaped like that? If you think you know the bands, you just email in ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk. You win the DVDs, the CDs, and that's it.
He's great, isn't he? I could sit here and watch him all day do this. Wow.
So ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
And we'll give the answers out just before, we finish, because then we'll keep them upped.
Alright.
Carl, just briefly, this is module 4A, natural history. Yeah. Just briefly explain evolution. Since natural selection, origin of the species, Darwin. Just briefly describe.
That's the monkey thing. It is, isn't it?
Oh, well done.
Yeah, go on.
Tune, Carl.
What do you have fancy playing?
Rick, I know you're always keen to rejuvenate the reputations of certain artists when you think maybe they've been kind of unfairly treated in the history of rock and roll.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a band I've always thought has been treated badly.
Yeah.
The Lemonheads.
Go on.
You with me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lemonheads, if I could talk, I'd tell you.
Yeah.
He wrote some good little tunes, Evan Dando, before he went a bit potty.
What would you rather have, right? Carl, would you rather have a lemon for a head, a radio for a head, what other band is there with something head?
Radiohead. Oh, you've done that.
Yeah. Or a talking head.
Right. Third one.
No, but you don't know what, no, because you've got you, and then you've got someone else's head on top, and it doesn't shut up. It's my head. It's my talking head coming out of your head. Yeah, so a radio head, just a radio head, and you can tune in, right?
You know you said, Carl, that wasps were one of the most irritating things on the planet. Can I offer another suggestion?
Yeah.
You with me on that?
I am
No,
today.
go on then. Okay,
Educating Ricky, we got 2 left, haven't we? I'm looking forward to
We've still got 2 more. We've still got, If Only It Was Raining, and, What's Tomato With You?
He says it! I'll tell you what, I wish the listeners could see how happy he was when we started getting emails coming in.
Oh yeah, people, they're flooding in, actually.
Yeah, and he's so happy. He started dancing along, going, well, that proves it's a good competition, he said.
Look at that, look at that. Look at that, mate.
What?
There's
Look
loads of
at
people
that.
emailing there.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what it is, Carl. It's not the competition. It's this, Children of the Corn. Widescreen DVD.
Next week, some staples and pencils.
I'll tell you what.
A piece of carpet.
Tell you what, right?
What?
Now we've got them and they're staying. Something we've still got to do.
Yeah.
Is
He is running the show now. He's doing well, isn't he? Because I've done nothing. I've done nothing towards this. I'm coming up my hangover a little bit, if you're worried.
remember.
So, go on.
Remember last week we
Yeah.
started a new feature called
Yeah.
That Song's Got a Good Story in It. And
Brilliant. I love your catchy titles. They're excellent.
right, and the idea was it was a story in
Yeah.
a song, which meant that if it was played on the radio, you couldn't just like fade it out because you've got to have the full story.
Yeah.
Right. Well, last week we started the feature with Stevie Wonder, Living for the City.
Yeah.
Right.
But you played the version where it fades out.
Yeah, I didn't know there was more to it. So Steve told me what album it was on.
Yeah.
I've gone and got it. We've got the second half to that story
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah.
So you've got half the story. What was it? What had happened is like the lad's living in Mississippi. There's not much going on there.
Mississippi. That's someone off Rainbow's mum.
Yeah.
Living, what, Mississippi?
Yeah. His man was a cleaner.
Yeah.
Trying to get by. They didn't have a great life, but they still looked after the kids and stuff. There's more to it than that.
Have you got it ready?
There's more to it than that! I should hope so!
We'll probably do it at about 11:30.
So look forward
Okay.
to that, the second half
got
of
that.
Stevie Wonder's Living for the City a week later. I love a show that's carefully planned. So listen, then, I watched the
This
tomato
isn't a
thing.
show. This isn't a show. This isn't a radio show. This is.
I don't know what this is.
No, I don't know what it is. We just might as well start banging tambourines and it's ridiculous. This is rubbish, right? But wait, some people emailed in, put him in a wheelie bin, went to Blackpool, right? Some people emailed in the stories, songs with stories in it. One of them was Babushka, and he went, "What's that?" And I went and asked Katie Bush, what is it? I said, oh, it's about a woman who dresses up as another woman and seduces her husband. He went, it wouldn't work. Just dismissed it like that. Why do you think it would work?
Because you'd know. I mean, say like, right, Suzanne, right, who I go out with, right? She can see me from, say, if I'm coming down the high street.
Yeah.
She knows it's me by the way I walk.
Right.
So, just the fact that this woman went and put a wig on, there is no...
You haven't even heard the song!
I know, but you're saying that she put a disguise on and he's like, oh, I fancy her, and he takes her out, and he doesn't know it's his missus. It's just...
You're not buying it.
I mean, I'm controlling this
Whereas
feature.
the flea with your brain going to Glasgow, perfect sense. Yeah. Babushka, rubbish.
Carl, can we have the tomato story after the next tune?
Yeah.
Bit of Coldplay.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah. Coldplay. The Scientist on XFM 104.9. Right. Competition, isn't it?
No, it's Educating Ricky Part 2.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
I wasn't even listening. He's doing all the work, I wasn't even listening. Oh, and he's spilled some water down on that. Right, what's this one again then?
Right.
What's the teaser headline?
Teaser headline is, What's Tomato with You?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Go on in.
How excited were you when you came up with that? You couldn't wait to come in and tell us, could you?
I think it's a good one because you won't forget it now, will you? I mean, like the worm one. What's so special about the worm?
You know, a lot of people think that if you cut a worm in half, two worms will grow, but no. What happens is if you cut the head end slightly nearer the tail than the head, the tail will die, but the worm with the head will be okay. So, it's exploded a myth, and that taught me something.
Right, so, the second one, part 2 of Educating Ricky. What's Tomato with You?
Yeah.
What this one's about is, ages ago...
It's scientific.
There's never a date. There's never a country, a location.
Okay, settle down, children. This is A-level history. Right.
Once upon a time.
Yeah. When a mental place with swords was a king. Forget his name, but he was a loony. So, and it was literally ages ago.
Yeah.
So, good luck in the exam. Yeah.
Right. So, like, you know, alright, many years ago.
Oh, yes. Yeah, cleared that up. Go on.
They thought tomatoes were poisonous. Right?
Okay.
Because what
Hold on, are they going to be proved wrong at the end of this story?
Well,
Because I don't want to give away the ending, but is it something to do with the Are they poisonous tomatoes?
No.
Oh, you're having a laugh.
I don't believe it.
But,
Go on.
I could have been eating tomatoes all this time.
Oh, Steve, what's the matter with you anyway?
Okay, so wait a minute.
What's the
Let's just
matter with
recap
you?
quickly. Many years ago,
Yeah.
when people thought tomatoes were poisonous.
Yeah.
Go on, yeah.
Well, they didn't know they were poisonous then, because they were still eating them. But what was happening?
Well, they're not.
was-
But they're not poisonous.
Ah, but hang on a minute.
Alright, let's not. I'm just gonna listen. I'm not even
Okay,
gonna
yeah,
talk.
no, okay, I'm not going to tackle it
So,
anymore.
if you remember, years ago, they didn't have, like, pottery plates. they had lead plates, right?
What are you talking
Just let him talk.
Sorry, what year is this?
Let him talk.
Come on.
Plates made out of lead, and
Right.
what they'd end up doing, they'd say, right, do you want a tomato? And they'd go, yeah, alright. And they'd put the tomato on the lead plate and cut it, and because of the acid in the tomato, right, it would sort of make the lead runny, and the lead would go into the tomato, and they'd say, oh, it's lovely this, and they'd be eating it. They'd get food poisoning, lead poisoning, what have you, and they'd be really ill. So they thought tomatoes were poisonous, so they didn't eat them for many years.
And when
then
you say
someone
they,
said,
do you
this
mean
didn't
the
happen.
people of Narnia?
Yeah, this didn't happen,
Where was
Carl.
this happening?
Sort of in Britain and that.
You put him on the spot there. Oh, I hope there's no uppity pupils at this school when they go, what do you mean, sir? Oh, if you're gonna... Oh, I'm fed up with you.
Do you understand?
No.
So the acid,
No, you've got... No, right, okay, first of all, Carl, where'd you get this information from?
Where did I
14
get
times
that?
as well?
Do you know,
You can't remember.
I don't know where I got that from. I don't know where I got it from. But why don't you think that makes sense?
But, what? Someone once got lead poisoning from a tomato?
Not just one, loads, and then all of a sudden... No.
Why is this educating me?
Because I'm telling you that tomatoes, you
But I
eat them...
can't take anything away from this.
Yeah,
I don't know what to take away from this. What have I learned? What have I learned? Don't mix lead with tomatoes. Why is this educational in any shape or form? What are you telling me? A long time ago in the land of Glunk, right, where the ninnies did slib, right, they thought tomatoes were poisonous because they ate plates of lead. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we all know tomatoes aren't poisonous.
Is that what we're taking from the story?
Is that the moral of the story? Don't believe these people that I'd never heard of before. What are you talking about, Carl?
I think it's a bit weird.
It's a bit weird, yeah.
Is these the same people that were spreading those malicious worm rumours?
My hangover's coming back. I've got to get some water. Play a record that was rubbish. I'm eating.
Eh?
I'm eating.
So am I. Carl, you have to carry on.
Right, yeah.
We're all eating.
Crisps, food crisps.
So last week, yeah, you were playing your feature, that song I shouldn't switch off because I'm enjoying the story.
Yeah.
And we played Living for the City, only you played the single mix, which doesn't have the entire second act, if you will. So, Carl, you've not heard it before.
I've
You're
never
excited.
heard it before.
You're excited to hear the second act because, as far as you're aware, there was a young guy. He's living with his family. They're fairly impoverished in Mississippi, but you know they're happy. They're getting on all right. But you're not even aware that he's moving to the big city.
No, it just fades out.
Well, that's the city in question.
I mean, I've liked this song for, must be, 3 or 4 years, and I've always listened to the single version. I had no idea that I didn't know the full story. So,
yeah. It's not, I mean, and I know your attention to detail, you like to know the full story, like, where everything was.
Well, the whole idea of the feature is to say, you've got to listen to the song.
Where was the lead plate thing? Where was the lead plate thing? Where was the lead plate thing?
That was like a few years back
Where was it? Where was
in
it?
Britain and Scotland.
Yeah.
It was a problem all over the world. They had to deal with it.
You're making it up now.
Is it something you saw in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah.
Right. So anyway.
Yeah. So the Lion and the Witch, yeah? Go on.
Go on.
So far then, what did we learn in this story from
We
Stevie
learned so
Wonder?
far from Stevie that there's a young lad, he's, as I say, he's got a family, he's fairly happy, except they're very poor, and they struggle to get by, but they're happy and they're doing it anyway. He's moving to the big city. Carl, this is the bit you didn't realise. Just play the track.
Okay, here we go. So this is halfway through.
This is
now,
halfway
yeah?
through the tune now. This is, you've not heard this before, have you?
Let's go.
Sorry, we accidentally played an episode of Kojak. By mistake. We were going to play a song.
Carl, what did you make of that then?
Yeah, what's happening there then?
Eh? He was living with his family, he was fairly impoverished.
He went
He's
on a
moved
bus.
to
Is
the
that
new...
a bus he was on, was it?
Right, so
what's your take on it, Carl?
After hearing that, what I've worked out by it, the first part that we heard last week, everything's alright, but it's not that great living in Mississippi. right? So he goes, oh, I'm gonna go to New York. There's plenty of work there.
Yeah.
They'll sort of accept me as, you know, and everything. So he goes there, and, the weird thing is, he's hardly, like, been in New York for a second. He gets on a bus, all of a sudden some copper's arresting him. He's like, what's going on? And then he's got 10 years. I mean, what you can't hear, because the levels are quite bad. I mean, I work with sound. I can't really hear what's going on.
You're criticising Stevie Wonder,
I'm sort of guessing that he didn't pay his bus fare or something. And,
10 years.
He got 10 years for that.
I really don't know what was going on.
Right.
Oh.
But you're not happy, because obviously it's quite
Do you think Stevie Wonder left out some vital ingredients in the story, in your education? Like where it was, or... At least he got where it was. You can tell what year it is. It's, right in the mid-70s there, that funky New York 70s sound.
Alright.
Yeah.
You're pretty disappointed, aren't you? You're pretty worried, because...
So what went on?
Yeah.
What
You know,
happened?
well, you're aware, Carl, because that shows quite a bad image of New York. It's quite an intolerant city, by all accounts. They arrested a guy,
But it is quite
seemingly
bad,
for
'cause
being black.
That's one song where you shouldn't go to New York. Killing a Georgie Rod Stewart. That lad, he was doing alright in Scotland and said, I'm gonna go to the big city. He got done in.
Yeah.
Seems to me it's that you don't go there if you've got, like, problems, don't think New York's the answer.
Right.
Oh, hold on, yeah. So what you're saying, that if you're a bit fed up with your life, but you live with your mum and she's, like, really nice and you got friends, and life's not that bad,
Yeah.
don't go and be murdered, or what? What are you saying? Don't go and be murdered.
Well,
Don't go and...
leave
What?
home.
Go on.
Leave home, but don't go to New York.
Right.
There's other places.
Where would you go? Sheffield?
Well, don't know, but...
Yeah.
But
So-
you're a little mank lad, weren't you? You're in your garden. We had your train set. Your brother blew up. There was a horse next door, and you thought, oh, I want to go to London. So, do you know what I mean? You're like that.
Yeah, but...
You're in many ways like the fella
Yeah,
in that song, and like Georgie.
No, because
In many ways, you are a bit like Georgie, aren't you?
I had a car, so...
No, are you a little bit like Georgie in many
No,
ways?
I didn't get on a bus, I had a car. So, I wasn't going to have the problem he had, for a start.
Right.
But, I mean, I suppose there's loads of things you can look at that story and take out of it. That's what I like about the feature, right?
What?
So,
That's what you like about the feature?
the feature that we're doing.
Oh, right.
That song's got a good story.
If you had
in
a
it.
time machine, where would you go? What year would you go? Would you
Probably the 60s.
Okay, would you go forward at all? What's your favourite year in the future?
No, I don't know.
If someone could tell your future to you,
I
if someone
wouldn't
could,
do it, wouldn't do it.
you wouldn't want to know.
No.
You wouldn't, straight away, you knew it. Straight away, there was no
Yeah.
hesitation.
Yeah.
You've thought about this, haven't you?
No.
You've thought
Okay.
to yourself, if someone can reveal my future,
Carl,
you're not gonna know.
you've got to do one of these things, right? You know, like Quantum Leap, like a fella in Quantum Leap. What's his name?
I forget his name, but yeah.
Yeah, and you've got a little fella with Hal, and he's telling you, right? Would you rather go back, and you go in someone's body, would you rather go back, you could go back to be, a donkey that's carrying Mary to Bethlehem. You could, be a Saigon prostitute in 1975. All those GIs queuing up.
Think about it.
Or, you could be, Moby Dick.
Which of those would you be, Carl? Think about it.
Probably Moby Dick's the best option, isn't it?
Okay.
Thoughts?
What work have we got?
Play a tune, Carl. After this, we need to educate Ricky for the final time.
Final time educating Ricky.
We've still got to give away these tickets to DJ Shadow, and we've got to give the answers to your magnificent
We've only got a quarter
competition.
now. It's not enough time in this show. It's packed.
Race for the prize from the Flaming Lips. Competition answer time, is it, Carl?
Yeah, we did this like about an hour ago.
Rockbusters.
Rockbusters.
With Karl Pilkington.
Yeah, I gave you some initials. The initials sort of made up a band. We had LR, we had NS, we had FL.
Well, give us the clues. Give us the clues and the answers.
What?
Right, so LR, the clue was, I'll take that book to the toilet with me.
What's
the
the
answer?
answer?
Lou Reed.
Lou Reed.
Good.
That's very good. That's
Okay.
very good, Carl. Well done.
Alright, okay, next one. FL, blow the candles out before you eat the cake. Yeah? We just play them. Flaming Lips.
There we are.
Okay, and the final one was NS. How can I wash up in something shaped like this?
Yeah.
That was NSYNC. Yeah? So,
NSYNC.
NSYNC, it'd be a bit
N sink.
If you had a sink, you wash up in a sink.
Yeah.
Shaped like an N, you'd be like, oh, have I got everything out? So,
has anyone got that? Wow.
right,
Well,
so,
no, there are right answers, I have to say, Carl. You've done very well. It was an enormous response. I'm just going to click on one of these emails randomly. I'm not even going to look. Who we got here? We've got Kath Turner is the winner. Kath Turner gets those great DVDs and
Just one
CDs,
thing, Kath been watching Children of the Corn tonight.
Children of the Corn.
She was going out, but I imagine she's going to phone a few friends and say, I can't come out, I'm ill.
Exactly.
They go, you're not watching Children of the Corn. I go, no.
And we've learnt as well that there are about 5 other sequels to Children of the Corn, so maybe we'll give those away consecutive
Brilliant.
weeks.
What else have we got to do? Have we got anything else to do? Quick, Carl, what would you rather be, a tree frog or a tree crab? Quick. What would you rather be?
Straight away.
Tree frog or a tree crab?
tree frog.
Why?
Don't know what one is. You just said pick one quick.
A tree frog or a tree crab? What would you rather be, a tree frog, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you rather be, a tick or a leech? They both suck blood, there's not a lot in it. Go on.
Leech.
Why?
Because I heard they've got, I was reading about them yesterday, they've got 300 teeth, and what they do is, if they get on you, right, and you didn't get it off with a match or anything, it would stay there, and it eat 5 times the amount of blood to make it 5 times bigger than the size of itself.
Oh, you're a scientist!
And then it'll just go, oh, I've had enough, and it falls off.
Okay.
Naturally.
What would you rather be, a puppy or a kitten?
Kitten.
Why?
Just look better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some great adverts there on XFM.
I enjoyed them.
104.9.
Absolutely. We have to give away these 3 pairs. We have to give these away, Rick.
Yeah.
We've got 3 pairs of
I
DJ
know, but
Shadows.
this turn up with this
and
is
there's just not enough
so
time.
jam-packed. I think we've planned too much for this
We
show.
have indeed.
Next week, I think we have a little bit flabbier next week.
Rick,
do less.
Rick, can we chill out next week, please?
Yeah. Go on then.
So yeah, any ideas, guys? Any questions? Sort of DJ Shadow related questions? Any Shadow or DJ questions? Carl, any ideas?
What does the word DJ mean?
Yeah, it's too easy. I'll tell you something I do know.
Go on.
Right. But I can't really get a question out of it.
Go on, just tell us.
There's a shadow somewhere.
It's already good, isn't it?
I'm loving it already.
No, right. There's a shadow, I think it was in America,
Yeah.
and it's on a quiet road. I'm guessing somewhere like Boston, that's what I imagine.
Okay.
Right.
No.
Somewhere like Boston, and people at night used to see this shadow moving about, and they'd go, what's that? Right? And it got known, the town, the little local town got known for this shadow, but it didn't cause any problems. People
What are you talking about?
it was
Just
like-
you've lost me.
What are you talking
No,
about?
do you know like some places get famous, like Scotland's got the Loch Ness Monster and that, but it doesn't
go
cause
on,
any.
yeah.
But it doesn't cause any problems.
It doesn't exist, go on.
Right, so there's this shadow walking about on the road. And,
What do you mean? No, what's he, again? Rubbish.
Right, so it's walking
Nonsense.
about.
Where did you read this? Where did you
It's
see
walking
this?
about. This was on the internet, and I'm
Oh,
sure.
sorry! Sorry! I thought it was shite. I didn't know it was on the internet.
Right, so this shadow is moving about, and
Independently of an object.
yeah, and the local mayor and that is like, yeah, it's a bit weird, but it's not harming anyone.
The mayor involved!
Was he
Mayor-
elected to that post?
Hey, Mayor, we got a problem down here. Seems like a shadow. Well, it's not causing any. No, it's
Is
just.
it causing any problems?
Yeah, go on.
But that's the thing. It was left for years, and then it did start causing problems.
I see, that's it. If you leave these shadows to go unchecked, Rick, they go crazy.
Yeah.
You let them run amok in the city.
Yeah.
You've got to stand
What
down
did it do?
on
What did it
Roman
do?
shadows.
What did the shadow do?
It was pushing people off the bikes.
It was what?
It was pushing people off the bikes.
Oh,
I'll find out more for that next week. Right, that'll tease
oh,
them.
you're a maniac!
We'll do more on that. We haven't had time for educating.
Please never have children.
Right, listen.
Just promise me now you'll never have kids.
Look,
We haven't got time. now
Okay,
for-
listen, alright, DJ Shadow, have we got time for to give these tickets away?
Yeah, if they just call up, we'll.
No, I'll tell you what, I've got a question, right?
Go on.
Where does Carl think this may have taken place? If you've been listening to the show, where do you think this evil shadow has been running amok? Let us know. The number, Carl?
Good question.
08700 800 1234. So,
Excellent.
but that's it. We are actually out of time.
We are indeed.
now.
Have I got time for a song for ladies?
It's a bit tight. I was
Why?
told to finish
It's
now.
5:02.
I know, but we've got to get finished early today. So
why?
just because we have, and we're wasting more time talking about why we have to.
Oh, this is pathetic.
So they call up. Where Did I See the Ghost?
Yeah.
And you've got to pick the tickets up from reception. You can go tonight, see DJ Shadow.
Shoddy. This is shoddy.
Right, see you then.